That's Art Tugade. That's the Duterte style. We work quietly. Aside, there is a new admin. Let them do it their way. Yung batikos na inabo ko nung first year, na iniiyakan ko tuwing gabi at gusto kong sabihin ayaw ko na. Yung engineering, yung skills, yung talent ng subway dito sa Maynila, galing lahat sa Japan yan. Now that I'm leaving and closing my term, I hope I shock them. The Manila subway. Is it the same as that pre-planned 50 years ago? Of course not. Being misunderstood.
By your people or the media?
By everyone.
For a man misunderstood, Art Tugade only had his visible achievements speaking for his good intentions. If his words and actions have misled the media and his team, the tangible results of his leadership at the Department of Transportation may speak well not just for himself, but for President Duterte's legacy. Hardship is not new to Tugade. Though he is a successful businessman, he grew up as a poor boy in challenged living conditions with no working toilets. Despite poverty, he graduated with a law degree from San Beda through a scholarship since elementary. It was in San Beda where he met Duterte, who became a trusted, lifelong friend. In 6 years, Secretary Tugade and the DOTr completed many impressive projects like airports, seaports, railways, and transit terminals. He even made sure that the seemingly impossible dream of having a subway in Metro Manila would become a reality. I caught up with Mr. Tugade 7 working days before the end of his term as Secretary of Transportation in a time known as the Golden Age of Infrastructure.
Good morning, Secretary Tugade. Thank you for making time for us today. For me.
Good morning, Daphne. It's my pleasure and honor to be dialoguing with you in the morning.
I have been wanting to talk to you. When I saw yours, I met you at the Duterte Legacy Summit, and you had the lengthiest speech there because you had the most amount of things to report on, the portfolio of your department.
Yeah.
So, what was that like, reporting on the 6 years of you as a DOTr Secretary?
Yeah, I was having fun. I was enjoying myself when I was making the presentation because all the while I was doing facts.
Right.
I was stating the truth. So it carried me and I had fun. I forgot about the time limits. You remember the moderator
Yeah.
was, raising the time and I said, don't stop me. I'm in the mood.
Yeah, but how can you limit the time of a secretary who has achieved so much? Your term has been coined the golden age of infrastructure.
Ma'am, the golden age of infrastructure is not mine alone. It is a group of department and agencies. It's a all of a government approach. So that if there is a bit of attribution that the golden age of infrastructure is on me or on one person, no, 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 no. It is a collective, collegial, all of nation approach.
When you say that, for example, you do a project, you do the concept, who are the other parts?
Wow, you have the, of course, Secretary Sunny Dominguez. He handles the funds. During that time, Governor, now incoming Secretary Jokno, was part of it. Then Ernie Pernia was there, and remember Mark Villar, now a senator. He was part of that team, and of course Vince Dison. So this group was formed as the nucleus of the build team. Along the way, we use the local government, the PNP, the DILG, all. So it becomes a very holistic approach.
Now we are uh, approaching the end. Uh, and you came out with the biggest bang, which is the Metro Manila subway project.
Yeah.
It was hush hush, and then suddenly there's this tunnel boring machine, and then you're giving us dates, and the trains are there. What's the story of the MMS?
That's Art Tugade. That's the Duterte style. We work quietly. We work silently, softly. And then all of a sudden, when the gestation comes and the full conception comes, that's the time you announce. So that many times in the past, I was tempted to say, no, 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 it's not dead. The subway, Manila subway is not dead, it's ongoing. But we kept our quiet. We imported the tunnel boring machine. We finalized the right of way. We finalized all the contracts when it was already bam, holden below. If you see the actual site, you will see parang may isang barangay dyan, isang syudad na puro construction. In fact, if you go to Mindanao Avenue now, you will see a whole lot of construction going on there.
My goodness.
Eh.
Paano ba siya nag-start? Kasi ang daming nagsasabi na medyo may konting credit grabbing, na ito ay na-start ng previous administration. But when you presented it to us, you said that it was an almost 50-year-old
Very true, ma'am. It is a project that was conceptualized some 50 years back. We never said we conceptualize. We never said we pre-plan. All we did was, what was said was there is a plan, there is a concept for a subway. Let's work on it, let's refine it, but more importantly, let's push and make it happen. That's what has happened. What happened from year one up to the time we actually implemented and you see the full realization of the subway, it's altogether different chapters in life. You know, we never claim we conceptualize it from the very beginning, but let no one claim that they started it. We started it. We are implementing it. We are trying to achieve the reality of the Manila subway, the first in the Republic of the Philippines.
How you started it, and there were 5 presidents before
Yes.
it was first dreamt about.
Yes.
How hard is it to start a subway project?
Very hard, ma'am. Very hard. Because you have to start from an original concept, modify it a little bit. There is an alignment. You have to modify it to address the present requirements. Remember, you're talking here about a 50-year time frame. A lot can happen on that 50-year time frame. And you say, you are credit grabbing because on year one, 50 years ago, we planned about it. Oh, come on. I'm reminded of the saying, maybe you know this, ma'am. Success has many fathers. Defeat is always orphan. That's the reality.
My goodness. Wow. This MMSP, is it completely different from the previous plan, which was the Makati, Pasay, Taguig?
No, ma'am. Alignment has changed. Timelines have changed. Concept have changed. Combination of the underground and the overground has changed. All this has changed. But the concept of subway remains. 50 years ago, sabi nila, kailangan ng subway. Kung kailangan yung subway, bakit hindi nyo tinuloy 50 years ago? Why did you wait 50 years? You know, now that we have started it, people are shouting, we started that 50 years ago. We did not claim that. You know, what we are saying is we are putting it into fruition. What is that it? The Manila subway. Is it the same as that pre-planned 50 years ago? Of course not. But the concept is there. The concept is there.
Starting it means you have secured the right of way, the funding, and
The contracts,
contracts.
it's
Yeah.
either they have been awarded,
Uh-huh.
and started. Constructions are actually starting now. We are waiting for the actual and formal confirmation of the lenders like the Asian Development Bank and the JICA. It's all there. Kasado na, ma'am. Ngayon, pinakita ko nung mga 2 weeks ago, sabi ko, this was the true reason why don't doubt. By the way, this project is not dependent on GAA, meaning congressional approvals for funding. There is a fund, there is a loan, a preferred loan, 0.01% from JICA with the help of the Japanese government. How can you lose? With 15 years, is it 15 years grace period? 12, 15 years grace period is
Meaning they
you don't
give
pay.
you the money, you don't pay for 12 to 15
Yes,
years.
and the interest is 0.01.
0.01?
Yes, ma'am.
So despite the change in the climate around the world,
Yes, ma'am. It's their trust in President Duterte. It's in their liking of my charms. It is in the belief on the project. It's all the entire gamut of good reasons.
so we have to keep you.
Ma'am, that's not for you and for me to decide. There is a new admin. Let them do it their way.
If you were asked, would you?
Who can avoid or who should refuse government service if you are in a position to? Maybe I can no longer give it the same animo as I did 6 years ago because even horses get old, you know. At kung sasabihin nila, Art, tulong ka eh. Anong klaseng Pilipino ka kung hindi ka tutulong pag sinabing pwede ka bang tumulong?
Secretary Art, galing kayo sa private sector. Nabasa ko at panood ko yung life story niyo. Galing kayo sa kahirapan, challenged
Yeah.
times, and you overcame that and became very successful in the private sector. When you joined government, what was it like for you? Paano kayo, na-culture shock ba kayo?
One sentence, I was shocked. I was shocked. Now that I'm leaving and closing my term, I hope I shock them. Ganun ho yan. If you surrender from the shock, nothing will happen. A shock is a challenge. Any challenge that is presented before you, you must control, you must overcome, you must conquer. That's what I did. And I said, give me the shock, give me the shocker, and I will address it. Luckily, with the help of God, with the help of men and women of the Department of Transportation, I was able to address it. The political will that we all implemented, the leadership of the President, hurrah, nakagawa naman ho. Nakagawa, ma'am, much more than what was done 5 terms ago, 5 presidents ago. Pag sama-samahin mo yun, ma'am, marami hong nagawa sa termino ni Presidente Duterte, 6 years.
Medyo pag inisip nga parang impossible dream. Pero nagawa nyo in 6 years, knowing that it's just 6 years. Paano yung mindset nyo? So galing kayo yung private sector, na-shock kayo pagpasok nyo dito. Iba yung kultura ng public sector sa private
Dalawang
sector.
kanta, ma'am. Sabi mo, impossible dream. To dream the impossible dream. I will answer that with another song. Walk with faith in your heart. You can do it. If you walk with faith in your heart, the peripherals, the surrounding factors, the circumstances will be controlled because you walk with faith in your heart and you are able to conquer what seems to be an impossible dream.
Specifically, if there are, I'm sure there are managers and leaders watching, I hope. What can we learn from you? Like, what is your style? Stricto ba kayo? Pag sinabi nyo ngayon, dapat kahapon? Like,
It's a very flexible style.
Yeah.
It depends on the circumstance. You cannot adapt one set of management style. Different folks, different strokes, different environments, different approaches. So that you must be very flexible. Pag mali, di tawagan mo, na mo, mali ka. Pag tama, sasabihin mo, congratulations, do it well. But then, huwag kang magtanim. Pag nagalit ka ngayon, after 1 hour, galit ka pa rin, mag-adjust ka. Why? Because there are other people working under you. Kailangan mag-adjust ka. You walk the balance. Para kang trapeze worker, ma'am. Ganun yon.
masasabi nyo ba na yung management style nyo ay pareho kay President Duterte? Na yung leadership style niya ay nag-trickle down?
In many ways, ma'am. In many ways. Alam mo, don't forget, kaklase ko yan, ha? So, nagsama kami niyan. So, more or less, pareho yung pag-iisip. More or less, pareho yung bugaga. More or less, pareho yung puso. More or less, pareho yung bragadosyo. Ganon yun, ma'am.
Mhm. Ano yung pinakamahirap na challenge nyo nung nagpunta kayo sa DOTr?
Being misunderstood.
By your people or the media?
By everyone. Because you have a set of values, you have a set of culture. Which values and culture and ways of doing things, the people around you are not familiar with. So they try to judge you on the basis of what they are familiar with. They have not been exposed to me. Judgmental ka na. Maalala mo sa media noon, merong isang writer noon, talagang sinasabi niya, i-blip mo na lang. Sabi, na Tugade, mag-resign ka na lang. Eh ngayon, pag nakikita niya ako, I'm really sorry, I misjudged you. You know, ganyan. It's misunderstood, being misunderstood. Alam mo yung konsuelo ko, ma'am? Konsuelo ko? Why should I be worried in being misunderstood? Great men are always misunderstood. Even Jesus Christ, our Lord, was misunderstood. The heroes of the modern time and the heroes of old were all misunderstood. So be it. If you are to classify me misunderstood, then classify me being part of the hero platform. Di, okay lang sa akin. Ganun yung ginagawa ko. Great men are always misunderstood.
Basta nakakatrabaho.
Basta gumawa ka ng inaakala mong tama. Di ba? Kasi yung sistema ng ibang tao, hindi ko naman sinasabing mali. Yung tama sa kanila ay yung inaakalang seatmate niyang tama. Dapat mag-decide ka sarili mo. And then, the buck stops here.
Now that it's almost over. I don't know if you're staying. I mean, there could be an announcement in a few days. But let's just say it's ending. Tama ba yung mga nagawa ninyo?
Karamihan hindi ko naman masasabing lahat ng ginawa ko tama. At wala naman dapat magsabi na lahat ng ginawa ko mali. There were good things done. There were bad things, bad judgment made. But, let it be said, whether the bad judgment were good or bad, I was guided with good faith.
This subway project came to us like parang wow. Nung nag-start ng Duterte Legacy Summit in 2020, drawing pa lang siya. Nung bumalik ako ng 2022, nandun na yung tunnel boring mechanism. And nag-start na. Bakit ang tahimik? Ba't wala
Alam mo,
press release?
sobrang tahimik, ma'am.
Sinikreto nyo ba yun?
Oo, ma'am. Kasi alam mo, pwede ko nang sabihin ngayon, pag gumagawa ka ng improvement, maraming lupa dyan, automatically, yung mga informal settlers dyan, mahirapan kang alisin dyan. Yung mga real estate prospectors, speculators, nandiyan na yan, ma'am. Tapos, naku po, meron ka ng mga tawag doon, mga dialogues, negotiations, lahat pa dyan sasawsaw. Ang mangyayari dyan, usapan na lang ng usapan, hanggang tapos na yung termino, nagtapos ka, ma'am, saan? Usapan.
Is that why sa style ninyo, sa style ni Presidente, minsan may konting shock and offensive sa media? Is it to get them out of the way para makatrabaho
Hindi
kayo?
po. Let it be said, and I say it very clearly, media in good stead is a very good partner. I repeat, media in good stead is a very good partner. Alam din ho natin na yung mga media may sariling pag-iisip, pananaw, may conclusion, may sariling posisyon. Di ba? So, they are a great influencer. And you have to weigh the influence they are trying to impart and give unto you. Sana lang ang pakiusap, kung tugma yung posisyon ko sa sinasabi ng media, then good. Ngayon, kung hindi magtugma, huwag naman akong tawagin tanga. Simply because the opinions are different. Ganun po yun. Let us give mutual respect. Mutual respect. When we work on the basis of mutual respect, then I said, media in good stead is a very good partner in development.
Now, the train system, you went through the MRT, the PNR is getting an upgrade. MRT, PNR, and this subway, it's a web that goes through NCR, Metro Manila. Are they talking to each other?
Yes, ma'am. They are dialoguing with each other.
I like that.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Specific example. Have you heard of Common Station?
Uh-huh.
This Common Station was problem.
City.
Problem. Long before we got in. Naayos ko yan. Napagbati-bati ko lahat yung taipan. Nag-agree sa isang lugar. Ngayon, ma'am, structurally matatapos na. Okay? Kulang na lang dyan. Ilalagay yung signaling, yung electromechanical, ganyan. And then, magtatagpo dyan, ma'am, alin? LRT1 MRT3, MRT7, and subway. Meaning, when they meet there, yung mga nanggagaling sa Calamba, sa Laguna, para makapunta sa Bicol, hindi na magpapalit-palit ng istasyon, nandoon na. Remember when you travel high and mighty, and you just go into one station and then you...
Grand Central Station.
Yes, ma'am. That was considered. Yes, ma'am. And then interoperable, meaning to say, the connecting road facilities, the bus, the jeepney sa atin yon, sa mga bus, yung mga taxis, yung mga Grab, nandoon sa kapaligiran. Interoperable, interoperative. Ngayon, meron hong isa lang ba yung common station? Hindi po. Nasa drawing plan namin yan na magkakaroon ka ng common station para sa Bicol, pwede pumunta na sa norte pag nagawa yung istasyon. Magkakaroon ka rin ng common station sa Mindanao. Yung common station, hindi lang ho pang Metro Manila, pang kalahatan yan. It is a template. Ibig sabihin, hugutin mo yung template at i-apply mo sa isang lugar. Napakaganda ho nun. Yes, ma'am. The rail system will be talking with each other.
I love that. That is amazing.
You are the one who said that. You're talking to each other. You know?
Kasi po, urban planning yung pinag-aralan.
Yes, I have, ma'am.
Yes.
Why don't you join government?
No, yeah, I studied urban planning, and that was my biggest concern as a citizen here. Why are you had an MRT, pagbaba mo, wala namang connection. Wala namang taxi
Yes, ma'am.
stand.
Oh, lahat ho yan. Pati nga yung bisikleta ngayon, ma'am, pwede ka na mag-bike papunta sa MRT3, may paradahan ka ron. Sumakay ka ng MRT3, pagbalik mo, pumunta ka doon, mag-bike ka ulit. Binubuo ko ho yung konsepto na yan. Pwede rin ho yung mga backpack na bisikleta, yung folding, sakay mo, ganoon.
Secretary Art, itong mga to kasi, yung mga konsepto na yan, parang elementary lang siya. Sa iba't ibang bansa, natural. Bakit hindi nagawa dito? Tapos bakit nagawa ninyo?
Sila ho dapat sumagot nung hindi nagawa. Hindi ako takot mangopya. Hindi ako takot mangopya ng bago. Hindi ako takot mangopya ng magbibigay at magdudulot ng development at improvement. Hindi ba? Baguhin mo lang a little bit. Parang yung improvement maging mas improvement pa.
If it works.
If it works, it works.
Yeah. Let's talk about the role of Japan here. Sila yung funder, JICA, tama ba yun?
Yes, ma'am.
Sila rin yung mechanism nila, technology nila.
Yes, ma'am.
So is this the reason why pag sinabi subway in Manila, edi babahain?
Sasabihin ko, bakit binahaba ang Tokyo? Bakit binahaba yung Japan? Yung engineering, yung skills, yung talent ng subway dito sa Maynila, galing lahat sa Japan yan, na kung saan yung earthquake, yung baha, yung conflagration ay hindi naapektuhan. Mas bale, tinitignan mo ito, babaguhin mo. In fact, ma'am, maalala mo yung Shinkansen sa Japan? Yung paglinis nila, 5 minutes, 7 minutes yata yun, yung sabay-sabay silang kaganyan. Alam mo ba sa Philippine Railway Institute, in-instructan ko sila, do a system para yung Shinkansen sa Japan.
Kopyahin natin.
Hindi. Higitan natin. Kung ginagawa nila ng 5 minutes, gagawin ko ng 3 minutes. Masama ba yun? Oh. It's all about motion. It's all about the symmetry of logistics. Hindi ba, ma'am?
Logistics,
Oh.
that's your
Yes, ma'am.
forte.
Hindi ba? Ang ganda nung pag makita mo sa Japan, yung Shinkansen, hinto, lalabas lahat sila. Sabay-sabay silang ganyan. It's all about the symmetry of motion.
What about culture though? Nasa kultura ba natin ang cooperation na ganyan?
Yes, ma'am. Kaya lang, ayaw natin aksipin na ang kultura natin, cooperation. We would rather divide ourselves. Ako kay Pedro, ikaw kay Juan. Pagbanggain natin si Pedro sa si Juan. Hindi ba pwedeng ako si Pedro, ikaw si Juan? Pagsamahan natin si Pedro at si Juan. Nang sa ganun, all the best thing na kay Pedro at yung good things na kay Juan, mapakinabangan ng Pilipino. Hindi ho ba dapat ganun? We have the culture of cooperation, but we just don't like to accept that culture.
Gaya nitong project na tong subway,
Yes, ma'am.
it's for the Filipinos. Kahit sino pang gumawa niyan, di ba?
Oh,
For all of
yes,
us.
ma'am. Kung sino man ang gumawa niyan, it's all for us. Bakit pag magtanong kayo? Bakit pag nag-follow up kayo? Para bang kung hindi kayo nangungutya, para bang ayaw nyo maging successful yung proyekto na yan? Bakit hindi kayo magtanong para sama-sama tayong gawing successful yung proyekto na yan? Bakit hindi nyo kami pagdasal para maging successful yung proyekto na yan? Kayo, kung nasa kabilang bakod kayo, ang dinadasal nyo, hindi maging successful. Mali.
Secretary Art, baka naman pagkatapos nitong subway na to ay sobrang lubog natin sa utang.
Ma'am, yung utang, Governor Jokno, now incoming Secretary Jokno Finance, he used one word, loans, manageable. In fact, sinasabi niya, yung loans na kinukuha natin para sa samot-saring mga infrastruktura sa samot-saring pangangailangan are still on a manageable level. Of course, there's got to be financing fundamentals that will have to be observed. Kailangan yon. Pero, ibig bang sabihin, magkakalubog-lubog at mahihirapan? Sample yung Japan. Hindi ka naman magbabayad ngayon, ma'am. Magbabayad ka 12 years ago sa subway. Ang interest mo, 0.01. Come on. Kaya nga,
How did you get that good deal?
magaling si Secretary Sunny Dominguez makipag-negotiate. Magaling din kami magpresenta ng project. Nagsama-sama yung kagalingan. Kinilala ng Hapon. Sabi nila, sige, tulungan namin kayo. Ganun po yun.
Okay, let's go back to a few things that you said kanina. Medyo mga 3 or 4 times nyo na nasabi, yung faith.
Faith?
Yes. Yung, tapos sinabi niyo pa with Jesus Christ na pati siya misunderstood.
Oo,
Are you,
ma'am.
faithful and spiritual?
Alam mo, ma'am, sa totoo lang, if I didn't have faith, yung batikos na inabo ko nung first year, na iniiyakan ko tuwing gabi, at gusto kong sabihin ayaw ko na, kung wala akong faith sa Pilipino, ayaw ko na. Hindi na tayo nag-uusap ngayon. Kung wala ho akong faith sa proyekto, ilan ang batikos, ilan ang mura na inabot dyan, sasabihin ko, ayaw ko na. I have faith in the Filipino. I have faith in the projects that they are good for the Filipino. Kaya pinagtutulakan ko yan. Hindi ako natutulog ng 8 hours. Why? Because I closed my faith with what I call personal sacrifice. Sacrificing personal convenience. Sama-sama tayong gumawa niyan. Maniwala ka, yung progreso ng Pilipinas ay uunlad at bibilis.
Para ba to sa, iniisip niyo ba yung future? I mean,
Para sa apo ko?
Yeah.
Oh, siyam na yung apo ko.
Siyam.
Oh, meron akong less than one year. Pag nakikita ko, sus, ano kaya mangyayari dito? You know? Pinag-iisipan ko sila na dapat yung kahirapan natin, ma'am, yung kahirapan ko, hindi nila masubukan. Eh kung sabihin sa'yo yung panganay kong anak, Mark Perry ang pangalan, he died at the age of 11. Asthma, ma'am. Nandito siya, nakatira lahat kami sa Pilipinas. Part of the death is pollution. Siguro sa kapabayaan ko. But accept it. Kung ina-accept ko na may kapabayaan ako, accept it. That the polluted environment created his asthma condition. Nawala yan. You know, gusto ko ba yung anak mo, yung mga mahal mo sa buhay? Kaya ayaw ko ng mga anti-ismo, linalabanan ko yan. Kaya nga gusto ko yung modernization program. Ay, naku ma'am, para sa mga bata yan, para sa atin yan. And let the phrase, we live for future generation, not stay to be a phrase. But it should be a call for action para sa mga future generation.
Your generation, and you specifically, you came from humble beginnings. You got educated, you worked hard. How much of this success that you have is luck? And how much was hard work? Or what is the...
We cannot do naman mathematical imputations there on how much. But it's kung sasabihin ko, naging successful ako dahil magaling ako, kalokohan naman yan. Siyempre may luck. Siyempre may mga kaibigan akong kagaya mo, kagaya ng iba na nangangarap na ako'y maging successful. Yung mga pare sa Sambeda, pinagdadasal ako para maging successful. Marami ho yan. Yung mga magulang ko na ipinunla sa akin, yung binhi ng kultura, ng honesty, hard work, and discipline, bagamat sila'y galing sa laylayan ng society, lahat ho yan. Lahat ho yan nag-ambag-ambag. Nag-ambag-ambag. Kaya nga, mabilis akong manukli. Kaya nga ba, nagsisakripisyo ako para sa bayan. Nanunukli ako sa eskwelahan ko, sa paaralan ko, sa mga kaibigan ko, ganyan. Because yung kabutihan na ibinigay nyo sa akin, kung wala yon, wala ako dito. Dapat lang ang gawin ko, yung kabutihan na binigay nyo, ay gawin ko sa iba.
Secretary Art,
Yes, ma'am.
there were rumors before that you were going to run for Senate. Would you have continued being in public service?
Kung makikibagay at makikisabay yung edad ko at kaya ko pa, sino ba ako para hindi mag-public service? Sabi ko na sa iyo, ma'am, narating ko yung nadatnang ko pagkat merong mga taong nag-public service sa akin. Para matuloy yung cycle of public service, kailangan kong wag kong putulin sa akin, ituloy ko. Yes, ma'am. Kung kinakailangan at magtutugma yung health, yung AIDS sa pangangailangan, bakit ko naman ipagkakait yan, ma'am?
9 days before the next administration takes over.
9 calendar days. 7 working days. 7
working
7
days.
pa. Oh.
How were you spending your last 7 days of work?
Number 1, as I started. Ganun ho yan. Alam mo, pag meron kang inertia, hihinto ka na, hindi ba? Hindi naman ganyan ang public service. Up to the last day na linagay mo ako dito, magtatrabaho ako. Nung nakaraan linggo, ma'am, nandyan yung subway, nandyan yung sa Philippine Coast Guard, yung commissioning ng bagong barko. Lumipad ako, ma'am, sa Siquijor, saka sa Surigao. Marami pa ako mga pinuntahan. Nung Father's Day, linggo yan, ma'am. Alam mo ba, ma'am, kung nasaan ako? Nag-i-inspection ako ng MRT3, sumakay ako ng MRT3 hanggang sa common station at tinignan ko yung command center, make sure it works. Para pag dating nung kapalit, maayos. Pinuntahan ko ho yung common station. Sabi ko, huwag natin ituloy inaugurate kasi merong safety concerns. Ayaw ko. You know. So, up to the last, magtatrabaho ako ngayon, ma'am. This week will find me, mamaya tatakbo ako sa Clark. This week will find me sa Cebu, Thursday and Friday. Ma'am, yung Bicol Express,
Yes.
i-inauguratin yun, no less than by the President this Saturday. So, tuloy-tuloy, sige-sige ang trabaho.
Bicol Express is the train station.
Yes, ma'am. San Pablo, Lucena, Candelaria. Ito ho, i-connect dito sa Makati, papuntang Muntinlupa, papuntang Calamba. Yung Calamba, i-connect sa San Pablo. Ito ho yung unang platform ng tinatawag natin na Bicol Express. Inaugurated po yan, tahimik din. You know, public service is not bounded by time. Public service, the real public service is a never-ending process. Kung mo nakagawa ka ng isang project, tapos na, hindi ma'am, maghanap ka na naman na iba. You know?
Pag public service never ends, pagtapos ng 7 days, working days, what will you do?
Christ rested on the 7th day. Allow me that after 6 years, rest din ako. Pag naka-recharge, naka-recoup, di balik ulit kung kakayanin pa. Ganun yun, ma'am.
And you're about to hand over this whole portfolio. How do you feel?
I feel very light. I feel very happy. Alam mo, ma'am, let it be said. We face so many problems, so many challenges, so many issues. In this point in time, I will never say that we have addressed everything. No, 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 no. Masyadong madami ho yung challenges at issues. 6 years is not enough to address all these issues. But if I accept that we did not address all the issues, please accept that we have addressed many issues. Given that equation, the net result is we delivered. That's why I'm very happy, because we will end having delivered on many issues.
We met at Duterte Legacy. What is the Tugade legacy?
Ma'am? Ano po, ma'am?
Meron pong yung Tugade legacy.
Ang legacy ko ho, alam mo yung talagang gusto ko? Nakikita ko ikaw nakangiti. Nakangiti, hindi sa pogi ako. Nakangiti ka, ma'am, sinabi mo, hoy, kasi nakita ko yung subway. Ma'am, pag ako nagbiyahe sa mga probinsya, nung linggo, MRT3, mga senior citizen na hirap maglakad, gaganyanin, tanganan ko, ma'am, gaganyanin. Secretary, salamat ha. Saan ho? Yung sa mga ginagawa mo. Pwede ho bang akap? Hindi ko naman masabing COVID eh. Hindi, sabi ko, akap. Akap, bulong. Sabi ko, Diyos ko, pag nakita na naman ng social media to, binayolate ko na naman yung mga health protocol. But, ma'am, senior yun. Buhos na buhos. Walang kaplastikan sa piling niya. Hindi isa ho yung lumapit sa akin. Hindi dalawa, marami. Yun ho. Yan ang legacy, ma'am. The legacy is producing a smile on the Filipino because they find convenience and comfortable. They find honesty in you. They find transparency in you. They find political will in you. That is the legacy. Lahat ho ng mga infrastruktura na yan mawawala at magde-deteriorate. Pero kung meron tayong ways of doing things, culture and values, love for the Filipino, patriotism for the flag, panalo.
Well, on that note, Secretary Art, I want to say thank you for everything you've done for the Filipinos. And I just scratched the surface. Imagine we only talked on the last 7 days of your term, but it's been wonderful, and I think we will have many years of understanding what you've actually done. And I look forward to all of that. Thank you so much, sir.
Ituloy ang golden age of infrastructure. Pray for the incoming administration. Support the incoming administration because their success is our success.
Thank you.
Thank you for the time. Thank you for your very visible patriotism and love of country.
Thank you, sir.
Meant. I can see from the way you conduct the interview, especially when you went back to the issue of faith and God. Alam mo naman, nag-o-observe din ako eh. Ma'am, thank you.
Thank
Ma'am,
you.